Hey friends, it's Sherold Barr, master coach and writer. This week, I want to talk about how to stay in high vibration, which is a higher consciousness level when we're surrounded by fear. Fear is in the air right now. You can feel it when you open social media, when you turn on the news, when you talk to your neighbors, when you visit your friends, when you lie awake at 3 a.m. wondering what's coming next. And here's what I want you to understand. Fear is designed to make you feel powerless. When you are in fear, you are blocking your higher power, is what I call it, HP. You are literally blocking the God of your understanding, whatever that might be. And when you're consumed by fear, you freeze, you doom scroll, you obsess, you feel helpless. But there's another way. You can stay informed and stay in a high vibration. You can take action and maintain your peace. You can be engaged without being consumed. And here's how. You see, fear lowers your frequency. We're all energetic beings. It's all about energy and consciousness here in life. That's what I've learned. On David Hawkins' map of consciousness, fear calibrates at 100. Death is 0. Fear is 100. Courage is the level of 200. And then that's miles away from above that is 500. Buddha and Jesus were up at 1,000. The other thing I want to say is shame and guilt are like 23 and 27. Just above death. This is very important because this is how you can move that needle. When you're operating at 100, the frequency of fear, you're literally less powerful. You're less creative. You're less able to make good decisions. And you're less capable of taking action. And here's the trap. The fear makes you think you need to stay afraid to stay safe, but it's a lie. You don't need to marinate in fear to be informed. You don't need to be anxious 24/7 to take care of what's happening in your life. You don't need to sacrifice your peace to take action. The solution is what I call engaged detachment. I'm going to share something that might sound contradictory. You can be deeply involved in what's going on and taking action and trying to save our country. And you can be deeply involved in using your voice now because we need all hands on deck. And you can be spiritually detached. Engaged detachment means you see what's happening clearly and you still take meaningful action. You don't let fear consume your consciousness. It's not apathy. It's not bypassing. It's power. Here's 5 practices to stay in high vibration while staying engaged. You take action instead of scrolling. When fear rises, our instinct is to consume more information and just start scrolling and watching and read another article. Stop. Do something instead. This is what I do. I go out and work out. That's one of the things I've been working out every day. Or get out and take a walk and spend time in nature. Here's the other things you can do. Call your senators. Check out the number 5, calls.org. Donate to organizations already doing the work. Show up at a local meeting. Help a neighbor. Volunteer. Take food to a food pantry. Action moves energy. Scrolling traps it. I'm going to say that again. Action moves energy. Scrolling keeps it stuck. It traps it. Every time you feel fear rising and anxiety, ask yourself this. What is one concrete thing I could do right now? And then go do it. I think one of the best ways to feel better, and I know this is true, and it's an act of service. You do something positive for someone else. This is my go-to practice when fear threatens to take over. The moment I feel myself spiraling, I'll reach out to someone. And I did this yesterday. I checked on 2 people that I really care about that are going through a hard time. You send a text checking in. You might drop off groceries to a friend, thank someone out there who's already out there doing the good work, pay for someone's coffee, write a note of encouragement, anything else that's kind that you can think about doing. And why does this work? Because love on the scale of consciousness calibrates at 500, 5 times more powerful than fear. If you're in fear, you can't be in love. And if you're in love, you can't be in fear. So those are the two emotions we're seeing out there. Darkness, fear. Fear looks, basically it's like a disease. It wants more people in fear so it can take over. You want to ditch that. Love is 5 times more powerful than fear. So move to love. When you choose to be kind, to help, to care, you're literally raising your energetic frequency. And from that higher place, you're much more effective at everything you do. Another thing is set boundaries for information consumption. I've had to do this because I started dreaming about political things and I decided that was it. I got to pull the plug, not watch as much YouTube to see what's happening, and just take a little bit of a break. You don't need to know every terrible thing that's happening moment by moment. Set specific times to check in on the news, maybe 15 minutes in the morning. I don't do it in the morning because that would set the tone for my day, which would not be good. I do it in the evening after dinner so I can just check in. And that's it. The rest of the day, trust if something is truly urgent or something happens that you need to know about, you'll find out. And here's what you'll discover. You can stay completely informed in 30 minutes a day. Everything else is just fear feeding on itself. Another one, number 4, practice conscious breathing. When fear grips you, your breath becomes shallow. Your body goes into fight or flight. Interrupt the pattern. Stop what you're doing. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe in 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Breathe out for 6 counts. Do this 5 times. You've just told your nervous system, we're safe. We can think clearly now. From that place, you can choose your response instead of reacting from fear. And remember, you're not powerless. The biggest lie fear tells you is that you can't do anything, but you can. You can use your voice, you can take a stand, you can help someone, you can create beauty, you can spread love. You could hold a higher frequency. And you know that last one? You can hold a higher frequency. That's more powerful than you realize. Hawkins' research showed that one person calibrating at the love level of 500 counterbalances, get ready for it, 750,000 people in fear. Your consciousness matters. When you refuse to be consumed by fear, when you take action from a place of love and courage, instead of panic and helplessness, you're not just helping yourself. You're literally changing the energetic field around you and for those 750,000 people. So what this looks like in real life, let me be honest with you about my practice. I don't pretend everything's fine. You see, I've lived in fear most all of my life, but I'm learning how to do pattern interrupters. I can see what's happening. I can acknowledge it. I can notice when my body is starting to get anxiety and tension in my neck. I'll feel it up here. I feel the emotions that come. A lot of it's sadness, but I refuse to live there. So here's what I do. In the morning, I have a spiritual practice. I get up early because I've been going to bed early. I start with gratitude and I find 3 things I genuinely appreciate. This sets my frequency for the day because gratitude is one of the highest vibrational practices you can do, and it will shift you immediately. You feel the gratitude for the things you have in your life. Then I say my prayers. I have personal prayers that I say. Then I get my journal sometimes and I get things out of my head and onto paper. And during the day, if fear arises, I take action. This happened yesterday. I made 2 calls to friends. I really just appreciated talking with them and it completely changed my day. Or I help someone, I create something, I move the energy so that it's not stuck in me and my body. In the evening, I limit my news consumption to 15 minutes and no more than 30. Then I do something that raises my vibration. If I can go outside with my dog, cooking, talking to my husband, calling a friend, and even reading something beautiful can change my energy. As I say, working out really does help me. Before bed, I visualize the outcome I want to see, not from wishful thinking, but from knowing that consciousness creates reality. Does this mean I never feel afraid? No, but I do my best not to let fear run my life. Your practice this week. Every time you feel fear consuming you, stop, notice it. Don't judge it. Just see it clearly. This isn't about toxic positivity. This is about staying powerful enough to be effective. And the truth about the times is we're living in unbelievably intense times. Yes, there's real challenges, real suffering, real reasons to be concerned. And yes, you get to choose how you meet this moment. You can meet it with fear, being scattered, reactive, powerless. And when you keep talking about it to everybody you know, you're just reinforcing it. Cut that out. Or you can meet it with a higher frequency, clear, purposeful, effective. The world doesn't need more people paralyzed by fear. The world needs people who can see clearly, act courageously, and hold the frequency of love, even when everything around them is in chaos. That's what I call the high road, and it's always available to you. So I want to hear from you. What helps you stay in a higher vibration during these difficult times? P.S. One last thing. If you're struggling to maintain your frequency right now, that's okay. Everybody is. We're all in this together. This is really hard. But remember, every moment is a new choice. You can start right over again. Choose one small action, take one conscious breath, and I know you've got this. Thanks again.